There it goes. I'm turning my dim brightness on. Do outposts. And today's gonna be a pretty good day, actually. It rained this morning, but I'm not worried about that rain in the morning time.
No. Did Santa poison you?
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back.
What? Can't handle your poison? They're here! Poison is not Christmas, but you made me desperate. Poison's too good for you?
Deal with the stragglers. I'll make sure the next round is a challenge.
Too much nutmeg, naughty. Rudolph guide my sleigh tonight.
Spend your dust, imbeciles, before I decide to shut the pod.
Hey!
Wave 2.
Evil is afoot. Too much nutmeg, naughty? Chestnuts. Too much nutmeg, naughty. No silent night for you. Just pain. Chestnuts.
I didn't expect you to make it through that wave.
No! Elf killer. Poison's too good for you? Too much nutmeg, naughty?
The resupply pod is open. Spend your dosh and shut up. Do you have a death wish? If not, buy armor.
This is how I remember.
Yeah, barking puppies. Come on. Ready? Go get him, puppy. Go! Outside! Zoe! Stop playing around with them. Oh, man.
Remember the workshop.
Keep the Zeds out of that area.
I should get some damn ammo. Need more grenades.
Die, naughty, die. know your poison. Chestnuts. I made a list. Too much nutmeg, naughty.
If I thought there was anything but luck, I would be impressed. Area remains secure.
I got chimney. And I did it all in one night.
This area remains mostly secure. Is Hans helping you somehow? Is this some sort of prank? You're not this good.
Ammo box for some deserving boy or girl.
Don't blame it on the pod. It was hard to steal this many.
This gun's awesome.
I've missed you, Snow.
Wave 4.
Let's see what happened yesterday. Nothing really. It was a super slow day yesterday.
They're here. So much for cranberry sauce. That one's for Rudolph. Something is close. I'm all give chestnuts.
Deal with the stragglers. I'll make sure the next round is a challenge.
Elves, I kill you.
This gun's so cheap.
Your wounds are infected, but you're not going to be around long enough to care.
No!
But yeah, yesterday was pretty good. One of my coworkers, well, Audie came in and that. She seemed pretty happy up front, but something stupid happened and
You think that's enough bullets? Really?
she got a little frustrated with what happened.
Sometimes you gotta decorate your own
And she was getting like, she's being upset with me and that about it. And like, I have no idea why you're upset, but basically what happened is, we don't have, they got rid of our employee wash thing. We get an employee discount, but it's only like $5. And I just tell people to spray your stuff off with the hose and just wipe it down with a towel. Like, I get it, but like,
ammo here.
you know, like, that's all you can really do. Because it's ridiculous. Before, they used to cost 1 cent, like, every, like, 3 or 4 months. And their last CEO got rid of all that crap. So it hindered us.
Enough! I shall just shoot you. I grow tired of this game. Time to try the next phase on you, scum. I'll drain your
It just got stupid.
There must be something wrong.
Get fucked, bitch.
You're not supposed to live through that.
And it like auto paid her renewal automatically. And I was just like, she got mad over it now. Like, I have no idea why I did that. And I was sitting there like, she called her DM about it. I'm like, don't involve our DM with the crap. You know, he's just gonna say, he's like, they got rid of him that, you know, you have to call customer service. That's basically what happened. I'm just like, and she was getting all mad with me and stuff and that, and Where's Zoe at? Zoe! Come on. There you go, puppy. Go on. Go. Man, we got a new puppy in that. She's all over the place. But, yeah, she got mad at me, and she stayed mad at me, and I'm just telling her, like, I'm trying to teach her to not be so angry at things and blame it on the right people instead of just blaming it on people you don't need to blame it for. She blamed it on me and that, and I just told her, like, I've never seen it just immediately just pull out money. They're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to put in your card and that. Always. So this is what it is. You hit renew, it pops up how much it costs. Then it'll say, put in card. Well, for some reason it didn't do that with her.
I can smell
And I was just sitting there like, okay, this is stupid. Because it should just automatically do that.
I spy a tiger. Wow. What? Can't handle you. I can't see.
And like,
I made a list. I checked it twice.
it made me upset because I'm just sitting there like, that's my friend. She's getting screwed over because our corporate's kind of stupid, I guess. I don't know what even happened afterwards. That was just a glitch, but like even still.
Here comes Santa.
None of this has made it in. Surprising.
But not even that. It's just I'm always looking at it from a psychological standpoint. Like she got mad at me for like nothing. I had no idea. Even I told her like I'm sorry. I don't know why it happened like that. I have no idea what's going on.
No!
And she still tried blaming on me and that. And then I'm like, from my perspective, I'll tell you the truth. Easy way to clean your teeth. Take like a nice soft cloth. And just wipe your teeth out. That pulls all the crap off your teeth.
Bot shutting down.
Yeah, it works out like a charm actually. Some people did back then. They got like cotton. They rub on their teeth. They rub all on their teeth and that.
Keep his ass out of that area.
But yeah, it's like one of the things I'm trying to teach her and that because she gets very frustrated over silly stuff and that. And she'll like outbreak and start like saying really bad things towards people that she likes. And I understand why she does it. It's a negative response to.
Can't get loose.
This area remains mostly secure. Is Hans helping you somehow? Is this some sort of prank? You're not this good.
Sometimes you gotta decorate your own tree.
I understand why it happens, but
So none of this has made it in. Surprising. What a cookie.
But like the biggest thing is like to think about what you're saying and that, because like everything happens for a reason, and I understand that people don't think that, but it's honest truth. So being mad at someone deludes.
I've missed you, Snow.
It deludes your mind more and more to where you're just like, where you stop wanting to be happy. You always want to be angry.
This
That's what we fight every single day, is that. And this constant fight has to keep on happening. We're always fighting against sin or against temptation. That's why we pray, we pray, we pray, we pray. It gets rid of temptation.
You missed the old Santa? Sweet.
Don't get too comfy. I've got more Zeds just waiting.
And temptation always gets heavy with people that have anger issues and that just want to get upset as they like. It's like selfishness. Like when you're a selfish person, that because you're young and stupid, you want things to be about you because that's how you're raised. You know, because as a kid, you're raised like that because everything's about you because you're a child.
Too much nutmeg? No. Catch nuts. It's Santa poison you. Extra olive. I'm all
Going to buy things. It won't matter. You'll still die.
But yeah, that's basically what it is. Like, I had that problem when I was younger, and that.
Rest. I'm disgusted.
But you learn not to do it. Because anger doesn't do anything but separate people from you. That's why I like to tell people, just love each other. Just love people.
down
That's it.
we go.
You know, we were made by love. We deserve to be loved. So why not just love people?
You do know how money
I mean, people are gonna hate each other or dislike each other, so to speak. Hate's not. They try to explain like love and hate that love is the opposite of hate. No, the absence of love is the opposite of love. When you don't give love, hate is not. It's just a word of dislike. I dislike that. It's a harder word of dislike. Like I hate the way you walk. It disturbs me a lot. I say, yeah, I don't like the way you walk, you know, but I'm okay with it. You know, that's what it basically means. And that's the actual difference between the, like, no one does not like something about someone. No one. There's always something about someone that you like. Could be their structure, their eyes, their color, whatever it might be. There's always a piece of someone that you're going to like no matter what. You know, like, so how do you attract? So say, like, if you're trying to attract someone in that, you'll like more than you'll dislike. It all comes down with looks. The looks are a prime example of showing someone that you are prepared enough to be able to sit there and probably more or less engage with touching. Because touching is what attraction is. Like when you see a beautiful fruit or a flower, what do? You want to smell it, or you want to touch it, you want to eat it, or something like that because you see that it's beautiful. There's not a lot of ugly things in the world. They might seem ugly to us because we're, you know, humanoids or human. But like, there's always something pretty about everything, even bugs. Bugs are probably the most like disgusting thing in the world, but you can look at the colors of bugs and that, and they're beautiful. And that's the biggest thing people tend to not understand.
badass, am I? So badass. Ah.
This area remains mostly secure. Is Oz helping you somehow? Is this some sort of prank? You're not this guy.
Handle your poison.
That's just how it is. And it gets really fun when you actually start to read into stuff.
Time to give it a present. I'm all this.
None of this ad's made it. So amazing. What a cookie.
There's people like
Ammo.
what kind of happiness they want is
He's only in
they want this perfection happiness.
better now.
When I look at happiness nowadays, being an older person, it's everything. When a person smiles at me, when a person looks at me in a cute way, say like a woman or whatever, or even a guy or whatever, you know, any type of attraction gives me happiness.
Trainer pod design is not terrible. Horsey
You know, people want to think, oh, that's, you know, gay or whatever it is. Like, happiness is happiness. I mean, I have multiple gay people that come across me at where I work at. And they're beautiful people. They come in. One of them gives me food all the time. He's constantly buying me stuff because he's like a district manager of a place and that. And like he always comes around after work, you know, once a week, and he sees how I'm doing and that. He actually enjoys. He has a man. He has you know, someone that he loves and that. But he gives out love, and I said that's great. When you see someone that has that kind of mentality, that's why I constantly get stuff from people. Like the other day, or yesterday, I got a tip from a guy. I got $2, and hold on. Oh man. And my assistant manager got mad at me getting a tip. She says, I've been sitting outside all day, haven't got one tip. How'd you get one? I said, because I was just there at the right time. And like I've seen it happen right in front of me. Some guy gave Audie a $7 tip, and I was just like, she was bragging about it. She's like, oh, I got $7. You know, you're the one that let him in, and you talked to him that, but he gave me money. She was all laughing about that. That's happiness. You just get it when you get it. It doesn't matter when. You just get it when you get it. And that's what it is with people. People don't see that. They just see like, you know, I have to constantly get it. It's not a drug. It's life. You're gonna go through negative rebounds, but when sign of negativeness happens to you, you think positive about it. You say, okay, it just happens. It happens to everybody. This is why it's good to understand what happiness is, what love is. Love is always there. You know, when I prayed to Christ, I know I keep bringing this stuff up, but I'm going to bring it up. When I pray to Christ, I talk about my day. I talk about what frustrates me. It says it in the Bible. Give me all your frustrations. Give me all your anxieties. Give me your wealth. Give me everything that I will take care of you. So I give him what I can because, you know, I'm not a massively wealthy person, but I do have my anxieties and that. I do have issues I have. And when I give him my anxieties and my frustrations, it could be about anything. Mostly it's about the same thing. Why do people do specific things? And then I'm trying to pray for people that have, you know, have anger issues or have issues altogether. And it makes you feel better. Because you can't walk life alone. You're not supposed to. You're never supposed to. That's why people cling on to sins, gluttony, greed, lust, and stuff like that. Because they have nowhere else to go. Why do you want to go down when you can go up? As in, you could be happy instead of being miserable. See, sins are all about giving you temporarily, or I said the word right, they give you a little bit of happiness and more sorrow. So if you're sitting there and you're a man or a woman that lusts a lot, which is the common thing that happens nowadays, and you're constantly having sex, you're constantly getting a dopamine rush from busted nuts or whatever the fuck it is, you're having a temporarily, a little bit of height of love or happiness, and then it falls back down. That's why they call it addiction, because your negativity falls down so far, and you have to fucking, find something really quick. Oh my god, I need this, It's like a girl says, "Oh my god, I need a dick. I need someone to have sex with me, because I don't know what to do with myself." And for all the girls out there that have that problem, that pray. The true happiness comes from the heart. No one's ever purely happy. We always have our ups and downs, but the down doesn't need to be so far. It should be a blip. Boop. You should be, happy all the time, because every day is a gift. Every day. So if you go day by day and you're just like, okay, what's going to happen today? I don't care. I don't care what happens today. I can look at many different scenarios and that, but it doesn't matter to me. Not anymore. Used to. I might think about some things and that, like, okay, what's going to happen today? Audie got mad at me. So I'm like, okay, she got mad at me and that. So today I work with her all night. Is she still going to be mad at me? Probably not. She throws out hateful stuff and that on text messages and that, like, well, nothing really bad. She told me not to talk to her, but, well, I don't talk to you at all anyway. You're the one that texts my ass half the time. I just conversate with you. And that's what I'm thinking about. But what's going to happen? Well, this scenario's happened probably 100 times already, and she'll just ignore it and just move on, and then we'll just talk about random stupid shit. Yeah, that's basically it. That's why I don't understand why people get angry. It's like, especially if you really like someone and that, if you really enjoy that company of that person, that why get angry at them? If it is something they did, you have a conversation about it. But it's like people can't handle negativity as well as others. So when something negative does happen, that they tend to freak out. I said, well, pray. Counselors can't fix your problems. Therapists are fake as fuck. If I was a therapist, which I surely would never want to be, I say, pray. I'll give you explanations. I'll give you scenarios of how things could play out. But it's not in my power to change you. It's in God's power to change you. Jesus Christ changes you. That's it. Pray to Jesus Christ. Everything goes better. It's that simple. Not like they made it hard. The Bible made it pretty dang simple. Literally, you just give yourself to Jesus, which means give all your anxieties, give everything, all your earthly problems to Christ. And then everything goes away. You feel great. You feel like, okay, every day is a gift. I got to keep on pushing forward. What do you want me to do? So I'd say you don't have free will to choose. You do. But your best interest is with what your Father of all fathers gave you. You were born for a reason. That's why abortions are so bad. All these women on birth control and that, they're all sinners. Birth control creates sinners. They think that's not sinning. But they're not loving. They never can love because they know until they get scared. And then they're like, oh crap, I don't want to get pregnant because it'll ruin my life. How would it ruin your life? You're giving a gift to the world from God himself. Why go against what God wants you to do? I surely don't. I've done it for a little bit, what's 20 years, what's 10, 15 years of my life? When time was created by God, it's nothing. It's really nothing. The big man upstairs is eternal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Like what's if you scale of time it wouldn't even exist. There's no such thing as time. It was created for us. So 10 years can go by in a blink of an eye. Like, oh, okay. Another decade can go by. To me, it may not last. That's why, time doesn't matter because it never did matter. The experience in life and how you grow matters. Time's just a place. It's a place and time. It just moves forward. You create everything. You become who you need to become through what God chooses what you need to do. That's why you give your thanks every day. I already gave my thanks every single day. Give your thanks to the Word, and the Word was Christ. That was it. That's why Jesus came down and sacrificed himself. This is his creation. You know, we give thanks to Christ because he made everything through the Word of God. That's just that simple. Because people have to look at it like from this perspective. If you were an eternal being and your powers were eternal, everything's eternal, you have perfection. Everything's perfection. Doesn't matter what you do. If you took a dump, it'd be perfectionate shit. It'd be like when people say, you know, holy crap. It'd be a holy crap. It'd be perfectionate. It would smell the best. It'd be the best. That's how I look at God. God is and always will be. That's how you have to say it. I am who I am. Always was there. Some people think, like, where did God come from? God always existed. We got put into time. He did it out of love. And that's the biggest thing that people do not understand. People like read the Old Testament, like, oh, God's so wrathful. God was only wrathful towards people that mocked him. Why would you mock the Creator? Someone that gives you life. It's like saying like people that mock their own parents, which sometimes it happens in that because, you know, you grow. And normally culture doesn't. That's why a lot of people are bringing Bibles back in. They're bringing the Ten Commandments back in. They're bringing stuff back in because it's important to know. Ten Commandments were like part of my life when I was growing up as a kid. We learned the Ten Commandments in like first grade, second grade, and that. They taught us that. They taught us all that stuff in that. We grew with that. You know, yeah, there was people that lust in that in school, and that, you know, occasionally, you know, girls give blowjobs and all that bullshit and that, you know, when they got older and that, because they were curious. But porn wasn't even a big thing back then. You know, internet never existed back when in the 90s, and even early 2000s and that, you know. I first started seeing, like, I say, you know, pornographic stuff in that when I was, like, when internet first started coming out. AOL and that. And, like, when it came down to that, you know, you get addicted to things when you're young and that, becoming a teenager and that. It's just how it is. So it molded my mind, and this is what it is with life nowadays. Like, what's more important? Feeling that little bit of happiness just because, you know, you hit a joint, or say you do drugs, or you have intimacy or have intercourse with someone like that. It's all a drug. It all raises up dopamine. But dopamine is there to be balanced. So what happiness really is, it's a chemical compound in your brain. Dopamine. It's just a chemical compound. That's not true happiness. So people say, you know, why do things happen to me? Because they have to happen. If everyone understood the trial of God, which is what God puts us through, he puts us through trials. He said, you know, I may not speak his word because I don't know anything about what he's planned for anybody. But we'll put it in like a simple human context. Like, you put yourself through trials that to get stronger, to become better. That's why you feel like shit sometimes, because you have to become better. So we push ourselves as humans to be better. Like, I still got cramps in my neck, and I got knots in my neck for the last 2 years now. And I look at it, it's a trial. It's pain. I feel, well, not a lot of pain, but I feel pain in that. And it hurts. It's annoying. Someone may cry and bitch and moan about it, and they'll get surgery done. I accept the pain. No, I still work out. I still do my back, and I still do my trapezius, and I still do my muscles and that. The biggest thing is that people don't understand pain is the only way to grow. This is why people suffer. Now, of course, between genders and that, it's different. You know, like, for instance, a man goes through more torment than a woman because they have to. We have to go through torment. That's the way life is. Well, and it depends on how people go through it. It's like if you're born in a family, just to say, and the family's very argumentative, and that so you're born into arguments. You're already born into negativity. You psychologically get stronger from that, even though you don't like it, because it's painful. It's painful to see people argue and cuss about stupid stuff, and people, other people agitate that, and other people agitate that. And all of a sudden, you got all these agitations. And you're sitting there, you don't know how to deal with it. Oh. If you don't know, then you have to find out, right? Pray. It's that easy. Because the course of praying is to give faith to the one above. And when you pray and you give out that stuff and that, it gets out your frustrations. That's why people like talk to themselves. People talk to themselves. They're not talking to themselves. They're talking to God. They're coercing, problems with themselves to give to the Lord above, to God above, and so He can sort it out. Because if He can't do it, then we're all got screwed. But everything's already put in purpose. Everything is already known. So when you put it in, and someone's perspective that already knows everything that's going to happen, then we're just chess pieces. People don't want to hear that, but we are. We're just chess pieces. We do as we want, and that we do what we need to do, but we can make our own decisions. So say if God throws someone in my path, for instance, I'm going to say this bluntly as I can, that Audi girl I talk about, God threw her in my path. He knew I was going to fall for her, 100%. He already knew. As I got closer, he knew I was going to fall in love with her. He knew I was going to try my best to pull her out of what she's doing. And I am. I'm teaching her good morals and that. I'm trying to pull her out of what's going on, in her life and that, because we're basically the same. We grew up with a lot of, arguments and a lot of stuff that happened in our lives. And it built up a lot of hatred and a lot of, I don't want to, I want to be negative instead of positive. And to teach someone how to actually love, which a lot of people need to know. Do people know how to love anymore? Do they actually understand what love is? They don't. Many people don't. They think love is just like an excitement. Your heart gets pumping. You feel the butterflies in that. To me, love is knowing how to constantly make things better for everything around you. And all I say it like that because that's what Jesus did. Jesus loved everybody and tried to make everything better for everybody. That is what love is, at least in my perspective. Yes, people can trick you and be mad at you or hate you or shoot you or stab you. But they were still born from parents. They were still born into this world. They just didn't have enough love to make them the way they need to be. And that's what, that's what's, why God made us. He made us with love. So the absence of love creates bad people. Then all they need is love to make them better. Does it take time? Of course. We all go through the struggles of life. Some worse than others. Some better than others. But when people say, my life's better than yours because I have riches, so to speak, I say, well, why is your riches make you weak? If you brag about the riches, then riches make you weak because you're not establishing yourself to do what you need to do. So when someone does something for you, you're grateful for it. But they always say, it's easier to take than it is to give. Just like it's easier to be negative than it is to be positive. Negativity has double the power of a feeling. It gives you more dopamine. It's not saying that someone's negative towards you, it's when you're negative towards someone else. So like if you're negative towards someone, you feel powerful, but if you're positive towards someone, you feel love. You feel, that smile. So it's like if I go into work and this happens with everyone. If I walk around the streets which I do a lot, and like I know almost everybody that I see because people see me all the damn time. I get people honking horns at me and that they always see me. And when they see me change, that ripples everybody else to change. They see me drop weight, which I've been dropping a lot of weight and getting really toned, and I'm getting pretty much ripped almost, getting there. I see like people that are obese and they see me at the car wash. Man, I'm gonna go to the gym and all that. So I keep seeing at the gym that you hit hard, and that's like, how'd you lose so much weight? And I said, it's a struggle, but the positive rewards of a struggle is skinniness. So if I feel like, man, I think I ate too much today, and I go on like an hour walk, or if I sit here and just walk around in circles like I'm doing right now, I'm using energy. My main focus is not eating. Whatever I'm not eating, I'm, losing calories, right? People say, oh, your metabolism has to stay up and that, blah, blah, blah. Your metabolism is based upon what you do and how positive you are. So if you stay more positive, your cortisol levels go down. If your cortisol levels go down, guess what happens? You end up, that's why people that, say like have sex a lot, their dopamines are always high. If people sit there and, masturbate a lot and that, they always have high dopamine. Is it bad to do it constantly? Yeah. But it's not even that. Being aroused gives you dopamine. So like if you're sitting there, and you say you have a girlfriend or a wife, and you get aroused by her because she walks out and all of a sudden she's like, does that old-fashioned towel drop bullshit thing, or towel just drops, you see your titties and all that shit, and you get aroused, that boosts up your dopamine. It gives you mass testosterone too, because your hormones go through the fucking roof. That's because you want to mate. But if you control that, you just get a positive influence of stuff. And that's what happens when you say you don't, masturbate and that. And when you stop masturbating for multiple days and that, you feel different. Everybody does. Especially men. Men, it's a little bit different. Because the more that you get, because all your hormones come from your testicles. So like if your testicles build up, just to say, and like you control yourself, even for a matter of a couple days, you change completely. Like your mindset's different. Like the sexual drive actually drops for a little bit, especially if you have a good mindset. Like I see these kids are always like they're always horny. They have no control over their dicks. You know, they're constantly like in the middle of like public and that they'll be wanting attention all the time. Like, it has nothing to do with like, oh, I'm just around. No, you have no morals. You have no honor in yourself. You know how ridiculous it would be if someone, like saw a woman or a woman saw a man in that, and like all of a sudden, there's like instantly get aroused. The guys walk out with a hard ass fucking stiff and shit, and she's like, "What is a fucking mop bucket?" It's weird. It's just like, what the fuck? It's well, I'm just aroused. It's like, okay, well. I'm not gonna walk in the gym unless I see a girl on the stair stepper machine. I walk by and she got a fat butt. And I'm just like quagmired up, fucking stiff as a fucking board, going, "Hey, baby," it doesn't happen like that. So when I see people that are like that, and then you look inside their minds, they're weak. They're weak-minded. They don't establish a good front because they don't know how to. That's where that weakness comes from. How much people hate that stuff? Well, you prioritize yourself. So I had a little conversation with Audie and that. I've been trying to like slowly inform her with stuff and that. So I talk about specific things. She's young, and she's going through something right now and that, and she's happy right now and that in this little relationship that she's in. And I try to explain to her like, when you look at life the way you look at life, you might be wrong about what you're doing. When you take things, you rush them, you lose interest. So if you rush, say, sexuality, you will lose interest very quickly. Our minds work on how fast we do things. Like if you run, you lose more weight, right? If you walk, you still lose weight, but it's slower. But when you run, more or less likely you'll affect your joints more because you're putting a little more pressure on your body than that. When you walk, you put barely any pressure on your body, but the distance is the only thing that matters. So if you run life at a speeding race car going 250 miles an hour, or if you're just driving a fucking tricycle going like maybe 3 or 4 miles an hour, which life is going to be better? Someone that races through life? No. It's a marathon. Someone that walks through life and understands it, gains the experience, because you can't learn quick. Like, people think, if I have a high IQ, I can learn fast. IQ just means you can learn better. You have the capability of learning slightly faster, but you still have to sleep. To retain the knowledge, you still have to wake back up. See, that's how you lose weight. That's how you get smart. That's how you gain knowledge, is from sleeping. So your whole entire day, when you wake up, open your eyes up, new day. You learn your experiences that you do what you have to do in that. You exercise, you what you have to do in that. Like, man, I'm exhausted today, you have a protein shake, eat like a 4-ounce steak or whatever you have to do in that so you can retain protein so you can go to bed feeling satisfied. And you wake back up, and then whatever you learn from that other day before you went to sleep, you retain it. You're like a sponge. Your mind and your body retains it. You recover, you retain what you know. That's how you actually get more mature. So if your whole entire day is something about playing video games, you're not doing nothing at all, then you have nothing to learn. When you sleep, you don't retain nothing. You live the same thing over and over. You might retain a little bit of experience in that because that's how life is, but you don't really get anything out of it unless you really push it. That's why you don't want to rush through life. So all you younger people and that are starting to get out of high school now and that, say a certain percentage of you are lusters because of family and stuff issues and that. You don't know any better. Your culture's telling you. You listen to this rap and all this ghetto fucking crap that literally tells you to, get laid and drink and smoke and get laid even more and that. They're sinning. They're making you sin. There's nothing wrong with love. You're supposed to have intimacy with someone. But when you have bodies and that, it doesn't matter how many bodies you have. I don't think anyone should have more than fucking 3 bodies in their whole entire life. You know, because I get like teenage years and that, you're stupid and that, blah, 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 shit happens that. The first love, you end up, your first time doing that, you end up not working out. Sometimes it do work out. You know, a lot of it's because of pickiness. A lot of people choose to be massively picky because they want to deem that they're like, I guess, perfect or whatever, but it comes down to it, no one is. They become really fucking picky. And the thing is, they lose sight on the person they actually want to be with, and then everything just goes downhill. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go in here about an hour, and I just want to move around a little bit, get my steps in right now. But it's weird because like life works exactly like that. That's why having good guidance really helps out a lot. It pushes people forward. If you have bad parents and that, I get it. But the thing is, you will always find someone that's going to be there for you. It's like it doesn't matter how much Audie like wants to hate me or get mad at me. I'll always be there for her. It doesn't matter, if I get upset with her and that, because I'm learning the same thing too. Like our bond is extremely strong, strongest I've ever had with anybody in my whole entire life. No matter how many times, just to say, I try to push this girl away from me. It just doesn't work. I can block her on the phone, that get upset with her. She'll always end up getting in contact with me through someone else, and that I end up calling her and talking to her about bullshit and that. Oh man, my stomach's super hurt. My stomach was hurting yesterday. I need some water. Get back. Oh man. Oh. I'll be right back. Oh man, that's fucking dumb. Oh man. Whew. Oh man, I'm tired. Bored. Watch this anime.